welcome back to the Subscriber Series and Team of the Week for round number 8, where we ask, was it great? We will find out over this video as we look at the best bits from the 2 matches to come out of round number 8. So first things first, let's kick it off right at the beginning where we go with try of the week. Looking back at round number 7, we had 4 tries coming from the All Flakes, the Cornflakers, and of course the Guardians of the Cribble. 3 sides in action in round number 7. So the 4 contestants coming in at number 4 was George Lamb's try from the All Flakes, garnishing just 6% of the votes. In at third place was Aidan Adeleke Solomon from the Flakers, who got 13% of the votes. Callum Caldwell coming with 38% at number 2, but it was from the All Flakes, Marshall Hanna with 44% with his absolute stunning try. Let's take another look at try of the week for round 7. He is by far and away the leading point scorer. Oh, what a play! And it's a runaway! It's a beautiful chance of Grayson! It goes away to Marshall Hanna! And then with the speed! It's a try of the All Flakes! Oh, what a turnaround! What a play off the kickoff! It was all your call, your votes came making its way on the straw poll, which we will have another one for the tries for round number 8. Here are your contestants. Watch these 3 tries coming out of round 8 very closely. Hit the link in the description, go to the straw poll, have your say as who you think scored the try of the week from the Subscriber Series in round 8. Let's take a look. First up, Mitch Watley scored himself a hat-trick, but this one for the All Flakes was my pick for the first try of the week. Rudman, again he taps, and again he looks wide. Roger Sawani, and there's the number 2 for the outside centre. Mitchell Watley has been so good in this matchup. From the same matchup, we have another try from Marshall Hanna. Now this time he was playing at number 8, and he had an absolute storming matchup for the All Flakes, who decimated their opponents, no problem whatsoever. Does this one live up to the expectation and hype after his amazing feats of round 7? Will he do the 2-peat in the try of the week? That's up to you. Have a look and see what you think. Has some friends quickly over the top, securing that ball. Hanna, oh, Marshall Hanna, look out, he's breaking free. Oh, he's a freak, he's done it now, 2 weeks in a row. Phenomenal tries from Marshall Hanna. And last but certainly not least, only 2 tries were scored in the Guardians matchup. Now, that was against Ospreys, but this one was the stunner coming from Pierre Valentine, self-proclaimed by himself already. This should be try of the week. So here's your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Get your votes in on the straw poll. Is Pierre Valentine going to be the award winner for try of the week for round number 8? Let's have a look. Fagan's there to play scrum half. McFadden away to Neos. Bad ball, but he gets it away to Valentine. Valentine over the top, he jumps. Manavesi's gone. Oh, Pierre Valentine. What a try. The Guardians. Alright, so there are the 3 tries. Make sure to get down to the straw poll. The link in the description should be on screen as well. You can copy paste that straight away or go to the link in the description. Have your say on the try of the week as per every single round. We will have the winner, of course, with the team of the week for round number 9. We have some massive matches coming up for round 9 as well, so keep your eyes peeled for these matches coming up. But let's go on to the big nuts now. These are the stats coming out of it. The most running meters made, the biggest tackle count, the point scorer, and of course try scorers coming from the whole competition so far. Who is leading the way before we take a look at the 15 best from round number 8. So we kick things off, right, tackle count, starting off with the big man doing the big damage with the big tackles, and leading the way is Elliot Malpass, 37 monumental tackles by the flanker / lock / everywhere on the field. He is a revelation, this man. 37 tackles is a mountain load. And at number 2 is Ivan Ferryland with 32 tackles, still keeping things interesting. Ian McDonald on 30, Owen Richards on 28, Owen Fagan on 26, Joshua Barrett 26 as well. And then we have 3 men round out the top tackle count with 25 tackles. Gabri Heads Ronan Calvert and Andrew McFadden, all on 25. Some big tackles, some big changes as well in the tackle count leaderboard with a lot of newcomers, a few people dropping out as well, but the tackles keep coming, and the ones who really make a difference are staying there in the leaderboard. Okay, so the big one for the outside backs who do the excitement machine, the assist getters, you could almost call this one, as the big yards are made by these men, leading the way once again. Despite not playing in the last round of round 8, he still leads the way by quite some margin as well. Jonathan Craneen, 560 metres. That's over 5.5 football fields he has run in his playing time. Absolute mammoth amount by the fly half. He leads the way by a pile as well, because in second place, Andrew McFadden is there on 373. So a disappointing week from him as well, from Andrew, because he didn't gain a very big amount of metres in his last match, where he could have made up to the runaway leader, Jonathan Craneen. Storming up the ladder, though, into third place is Mitchell Otley, who had an absolute stunning match. 3 tries, as we mentioned earlier, in the running for try of the week as well, but way up the leaderboard with 348 metres. He has overtaken fourth place, who is Aidan Adeleke Solomon with 289. Kieran Jones is there in fifth on 266. Logan Banks on 262. Marshall Hanna, a name you just cannot get out of the series, on 244. Elliot Malpass, another one you just cannot keep out of these leaderboards, 240. Owen Richards, he's proving to be quite a stayer as well, on 228. And Braden Rudman, a new man, the fly half, another fly half, on 210. They're really proving to be key contributors to the metres gained for their sides. So here is where the big names start to come to the fore. It is the try scorers, and then we'll finish things up with the point scorers for the stat sheets. But here we go. The big names make their way out. Try scoring top of the list. Still leading the way with 5 tries is Jonathan Craneen. And Jonathan has been there on 5 tries for quite some time, but the competition is coming thick and fast from behind with a whole host of players on 4 tries. Logan Priest, Kieran Jones, Aidan Adeleke Solomon, Mitchell Otley, Will Rogers, Pierre Valentine, Ruby Floyd, all on 4 tries each. Then we have Tom Harris and Callum Caldwell on 3 tries at the bottom. But one game, one match could change that table. An absolute pile with a whole host of players all clustered together there for the top try scorers. But that is where the big man and their try scoring come to the play. Then this is where the All-Stars come out to join the party. It is the point scorers, and now is when you got to think about the kickers, the try scorers, the combination of the two, and that is where you'll find the best of the best. And no surprise, still leading the way of the try scorers, he also leads the way with point scorers. Jonathan Craneen, 50 points from still, despite once again missing that last round of competition. But his competition is coming thick and fast from the other fly halves in the competition. James Dooley, Braden Rudman and David Sloan, all kickers in their respective sides, coming from behind. 25 points for those 3. Then we have another man who hasn't seen much of the tea lately, but Douglas Eddington, a try scorer, a goal kicker, someone who could spoil that party. Another one on 22 is another man who could really come up close come the end of the season. Riley Crosan is there on 22 points as well. Then we have the try scorers who are trying to keep pace, but struggling ultimately in the end of the day. Logan Priest, Aidan Adeleke Solomon, Kieran Jones, Will Rogers, Mitchell Otley, Ruby Floyd, Pierre Valentine, all on 20 points. You notice all the ones with 4 tries, all sitting there, keeping up with the kickers so far, but there's one man still, Craneen, miles ahead. So those are your leading players in all sorts of statistical goodness following the action of round number 8. But here is the big one, the one you've all waited for, the big piece of news from round 8. It is the team of the week for round 8. 15 players in each position who have excelled in their areas. So let's take a look, starting at the front row where it all begins and ends. the first 3 players into the team of the week. On the loosehead side is Nicholas Friedlander. At hooker, Maximus Wilder. And on the tight head of the front row is Bret Hartley from the All Flakes. Now, 3 men in the front row had very decent matches. Now, I've got to remember, the competition wasn't huge. It was only 2 players from each position because only 2 of the sides took part this week. But Friedlander was amazing. Should have scored one of the biggest blockbusting tries of the season, but was held up by an absolute whisker as well. I thought he got that over, but not to be. But that gets him on the loose head side. Maximus Wilder self-proclaimed himself not to have the best of matches, but I thought he was quite active, made a few errors, but got involved very much in the match. And we've all seen how much of a damaging runner and offloader he can be in the loose, as well as doing his job around the park in the scrums decently as well. I thought he did outplay Taylor, who was on the other side of the other team for the All Flakes. So that's why we have Wilder there. Bret Hartley, another one, excels in the loose, keeps things very, very much like a back, runs freely, and does his jobs very, very well. Into the second row, and we have a man from each side here. Joshua Hetherington from the All Flakes and Ronan Calvert from the Guardians of the Crib. So Ronan Calvert, he is one who normally plays in the loose forwards at the back, but today he was shifted into the second row and I think made a very good effort. Again, very good around the field, very active, hit a lot of rucks and did a very good job at his first real try in the second row. Hetherington is a seasoned veteran in the lock positions. He's played very well all season long and really it's always difficult to leave him out. Into the back row, and Hamish Reeve will partner Edward O'Brien and Marshall Hanna, who will be at number 8. Now, I thought Finlay Wilcox deserved a mention here at number 8. He had a storming match as well, but Marshall Hanna, another fantastic try, and the guy is just a freak. He just does the most amazing things when you least expect it. The number 8 is like another player in the back line, fleet-footed, but strong, tall, powerful, all the assets you want of a big, strong, running number 8. Into the flankers, Hamish Reeve and Edward O'Brien. I thought both played number 6, both played on the blind side, but were very good around the field as well. Hamish Reeve is a little dynamo. You wind him up and away he goes forever and ever. He's quick, he's elusive, he's very fast in the rucks as well. He played a good match. I thought Edward O'Brien, it was hard to leave him out as well because he played very well. I think the open-siders didn't have the best of match for either side, so that's why we've got O'Brien coming in at number 7 from the Guardians. Into the back line now, and my scrum half from the week of 8 will be Sebastian Kyle. Now, we've seen Sebastian Kyle in the last couple of weeks really make his way up into the team of the week a few times. I'm pretty sure it was fullback a couple of weeks ago where he really come to the fore. Now he's there at scrum half. It wasn't a great week for scrum halves this week, but he was the best of the best, distributed well, come with his little runs off the back quite nicely, didn't make too many mistakes, which is always good to see. Fly half, Luca Neots. No questions whatsoever. Neots was absolutely outstanding in that matchup for the Guardians. Probably very unlucky as well. He made multiple line breaks, didn't get himself a try, but he was devastating on attack. In the number 10 jumper, there was just no chance of stopping him as he just bulldozed and stepped, and very, very quick off the mark was his mainstay of that week's play from Neots. Into the centres, and there is absolutely no question here. This was easily the easiest position to pick. Pierre Valentine, Mitchell Otley. Enough said. If you watch the matches, you'll know why. They were just outstanding throughout. A hat trick, one of the greatest tries of the series. Line break after line break after line break. You know, they were just that good. Watch the matches and you'll fully understand why they are there. Mitchell Otley also going down as player of the week. On the wings, we have David Sloan on the list. Mainly, he's there because of his kicking. That penalty. When you kick a game-winning penalty in the 81st minutes, it's got to put you in team of the week. The pressure, the cucumber-like coolness of David Sloan single-handedly put him into team of the week. And the other winger on the right-hand side, Daniel Parker, had a pretty good match, I think, that Parker scored a couple of tries, made some good work for himself. and another week where wingers weren't the out-and-out best thing of the game. The centres really dominated round 8. And of course, the fullback, we're giving it to Jacob Hill. He had the most amount of work to do out of the two fullbacks from that match. He had a hard time containing the Ospreys, and in the end, he did save quite a few tries, big tackles right in the corner, hitting the man making the line break out into touch. It's big plays like that is the difference between winning and losing. So Jacob Hill, number 15, is yours, my friend. So that wraps us up. There is your top 15, your team of the week from round number 8. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments as you think who should have and should not have been there as well. Go to the straw poll, let me know your thoughts, who you think deserves try of the week for round 8. And of course, I'll be back again very soon for the 2 matches of round 9. We have a massive game coming up, so keep the eyes peeled for that one. Do not miss it. It is going to be a cracker. Our second subscriber side on subscriber side. I cannot wait for that one. Heaps of action coming your way. So stick around, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're enjoying the subscriber series, as always, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you all very, very soon. Until then, take care.